Welcome back to Galaxy Life Reborn, everyone. As you can see, not much has changed since our last time. Other than that, we are upgrading our starbase, our observatory, and as we can see, it's gonna take a bit more than a day to upgrade our starbase, whereas our observatory takes way longer now and is always gonna take longer than our starbase. And we have to kind of prioritize these two buildings, especially our observatory, to be able to advance in the game. So, since we don't have that much else to do, as you can see, we have done all of our quests. Most of them were basically train certain type of units and gather certain amount of materials or resources. So, what we have to do here is to basically destroy firebit space and also deploy 10 strikes and 2 kamikazes, which we have in our warp gates right now. We have 10 strikes, 2 kamikazes, and we have some extra units. So I could do this two ways. I could just deploy these units to complete that part of the quest, then create another army which is a bit more suitable and stronger and has a better combo. But I think it's gonna be easy, so let's go to the firebit space and see what we can do. So since we defeated firebit once already, as you defeat your AIs, you have 3 AI opponents, firebit and some other 2 AIs. So as you defeat them, they grow stronger and stronger. So since our last time, firebit didn't change all that much. So I think we should have quite an easy time. So let's attack and see what we can do here. Alright, so I'm just gonna start this off by deploying strikes, and let's do it from this angle. Let's deploy our kamikazes here. Actually, do I even need to deploy bazookas? Yeah, like look at our strikes. As you can see, the AI's base is still really low level. Yeah, we don't even need to deploy bazookas. Like, strikes are owning. Yeah, actually, this went way better than I thought. Okay, that's that. Alright, so that is our quest completed, and as a reward we received our hammer, our last hammer, to get a 4th worker. Let's hurry him. And there we go, there's our fireworks. Okay, so since we are done with the training, now we're gonna have a different sort of attack. So we have to resist an attack that is way harder to deal with. So let's see what we can do. We don't really have anything to change here. I could like move bunkers and such, but I don't really care that much about it. So let's see how difficult it is to deal with this attack, because as far as I know, these units are quite strong. Alright, so that went a bit better than I thought. Okay, so our next mission is to, well, upgrade the starbase to level 4, which we already did, and then we have to attack and destroy 5 starbases that are level 4 or higher. And we also have to train 50 battle tanks, which we are gonna do. That is quite easy. So what's not as easy is to find and destroy 5 starbases. So at this point I think our strikes are decent, not quite as strong as we want them to be, but we still have our combo, our bazooka and battle tank combo, and we can destroy many bases with those. So I'm gonna be doing that in the nearest few days, and I'm gonna show you guys the footage later on towards the end of the video. So let me see, as a reward, I remember like receiving some sort of reward back when I played this game way long ago. Okay, there we go. So as we defeated the Smasher squad, after resisting the attack, we got a reward of our own, so we can use this attack once on an opponent whenever we want to. And by the way, since we unlocked one more worker, let me upgrade my cannon blast real quick. So I've been upgrading my turrets as well, because at this point I have everything else upgraded other than my mines and houses. So I don't really care that much about mines and houses, since I get most of my resources from attacking other players. That is what I enjoy doing, and that is what I do, whereas some players or some of you guys might enjoy just upgrading your resource generating houses, which will basically give you more resources. But if you want to be passive and just farm, that is okay too. Depending on what you like doing, anybody can do whatever they enjoy doing. Right now I wanna focus on upgrading every single turret. The max level for turrets for us right now is level 4, so once we get our starbase upgraded to level 5, then I want at that point to have all of my towers to be level 4, cause we wanna upgrade our turrets even further at that point, because at level 5 that's where I wanna build my base, that's where I wanna create defenses, and that's where I'm gonna be doing alliance wars and such. So that's when I wanna focus on having a really strong and well-built base. Okay, so since there's not much to do right now, I'm gonna call it for now, and I'm gonna see you guys in a bit. Alright, so quick update. We have upgraded our base to level 5. We also have made a new layout of our base. As we can see right now, we have 2 bunkers, but we also have a mortar, which we're gonna upgrade once. So the idea of this base is, as you can see, this triangular kind of build. The idea is to have bunkers covering each corner of the triangle. So the bunkers would cover, well, one bunker would cover this one corner, and the other one would cover the other one, whereas this mortar is gonna cover the last corner of the triangular build of this base. And the idea of this mortar being in this corner is that, as you can see, the range of the mortar, we can snipe any units that are gonna be deployed here, and they're just gonna be trapped there if enemy deploys the units. That's the idea. And once we upgrade our houses and mines and everything else, it will be extremely difficult. It might seem like it will be easy to get this mortar, but with this upgraded wall and these many turrets, even if you make it to the mortar, it's gonna be extremely difficult to get it. And basically, we don't have nearly as much defense on the right side of the base, because even though we have bunkers, we don't have that many turrets, and mortar is a crucial point of our defense here. And we do have this lonely cannon blast here, but the idea is that even if the enemy kinda breaks in from this side, as we can see, they're gonna be met with like these 2 bunkers, and it's gonna be extremely difficult for the opponent to break through from like this side. And we also have the friendly bunker here, so I think it's quite a good design. And that's basically the update. Also, I want to mention one thing, that currently I am working on a series of guides that I'm gonna be making for Galaxy Life Reborn. The guides are gonna include anything from simple things such as upgrading buildings, walls, defenses and whatnot, up to a complicated guide, a very deep tutorial of how to build a base and such. So we're gonna start simple, and I'm gonna be putting out those videos every now and then. Of course it's gonna take a lot of time, but then again, we barely have anything to do. And by the way, we have upgraded our strikes to level 4, and as you can see, if we compare level 1 to level 4, like our strikes right now are incomparably better. Like they are already at that point where you can just deploy multiple strikes and they're just gonna roll over anything that is not a well-developed base, because they are so strong right now and it is almost impossible to deal with a full attack of strikes. We're gonna have some footage in the future, not in this episode, because in this episode I'm gonna show footage of some previous battles. But in the next upcoming episode, we are gonna have a big montage of me destroying bases with strikes, cause, you know, who doesn't like destroying bases with strikes? It's really enjoyable. So that's basically what I wanted to say. it's gonna be a bit of a short episode, but then again, we're gonna have longer and more episodes in the near future. And we also are gonna have some guides, so that's what I will be working on. And until then, I'm gonna call it here, guys, and this time just enjoy this short montage of the battles, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. By the way, I was browsing through some of my friends to like help them and get my rewards from helping friends, and I noticed that some of my friends have better bases than others, and I think it's fair to mention that a base like this, for example, is covering most of the basics that one has to take into consideration when building a base. Like we have, for example, these mines and these compact houses. There are and it's banks and silos that are basically used as an obstacle for the enemy to get to the bunkers, and there are also towers defending the bunkers while the bunker itself defending everything else, and all of these things are basically defending the starbase. And when I see good bases like this, like I think it's only fair to like help these people, and when they are utilizing the friendly bunker, it is only fair that when you see that your friends have good bases like this, and it is even if you don't have knowledge of what a good base has to look like, just by simply having a visual of a base like this, which is well developed, like this player knows how to use walls, how to use turrets, how to use bunkers, and how to use buildings, and he has lower priority on the buildings that are less valuable or have no value at all for someone that is basically just looking for loot, for coins and minerals and starbase, to destroy a starbase easily because starbases drop hammers and such. So the point is, I'm gonna go over a few more bases that I saw my friends have that are worth mentioning, and yeah, I just wanted to show you guys simple designs of some of the bases that I see. Maybe it will help you guys work on your base, and maybe it will be some sort of inspiration for other people to, like, judging on how others do it, maybe it will help them and inspire them to make better bases. And by simply showing you guys the designs of all of the bases that I like and that I think that are good, maybe that will help you guys develop better bases, because some of you guys, like when I go to Discord and other social medias, I see you guys that some of you guys are asking for base designs and such, and right now we don't have enough info, enough guides to like figure out what is better, what is worse, etc. So I'm gonna be doing these small outros where I'm gonna be talking to you guys about some of the good designs that I've seen, and yeah, basically let's check another base. Okay, so I found another decent base that I really like. It is not only good visually, but it is practical, and whatever this player is trying to do can actually work for a base. So what we're seeing here is a level 5 base with double bunkers and a friendly bunker here, and as we can see, there are about 6 bunkers, 6 turrets. There are about 6 turrets on this side, and then we have way more turrets here because we don't have bunkers to bolster our defenses on this side, and we only have one friendly bunker, which is barely enough to be equal to a red bunker. But I'm happy that this player is utilizing his friendly bunker, unlike some other players who basically put their friend's bunker somewhere to the side and just not use that, assuming that their friends are not gonna put units in the bunker. But I really like the design. Like, I think it's really awesome, the design of this base, and the only thing this base is missing is a mortar. It could be hidden anywhere here, but if I had a mortar, I would build it right here, right next to this rocket turret. Because this player doesn't only have a good understanding of how to make a base, but they also understand like what it means to have anti-air and anti-ground turrets. Because this turret, for example, is good against ground units, while this turret is good against flying units. And on the other side, we have the same idea. We have all sorts of turrets mixed together to not be weak against any sort of attack. And right here we have anti-air. And the only thing that this side is missing is a bit more defense against ground units, which mortar would bring. A mortar here would be crucial, would be really awesome to have a mortar here. and it would bolster the defense. And I think overall this is a really good base, and we do have some buildings outside here, but like these warp gates and like factories and training camps and such, they don't really matter at all. Like what people target again is resources, and that's basically what this base is focused on, to defend as many resource buildings as possible, as well as defend your own starbase. So I think it's really awesome, and let's see if we can find someone else with a good base.